Good morning, everyone. I'm back. We decided, Candy and I, take some time off and do some traveling. I did not take a whole lot of video during this trip. We went to a place that I've been before, but only once, and then only momentarily. I never really got to see it. And I do have family members that live there, although they haven't lived there extended in their whole life, I should say. They're transplants there just like I am here. So we finally had a really good reason to go. My daughter was getting married, and she had the most badass Viking warrior wedding that you could imagine. It was one of those things that, like I said, I didn't take a lot of video because there's no way I could have done it justice. It was just too magnificent. Hang on, that's my phone. Nobody I know. Done with that. I never answer the phone. If I don't recognize the number, I just, yeah, probably same as everyone else. Anyway, this video is going to be about what little bit of video I did take. And it tells a story of our drive to the Pacific Northwest. And we met up with Candy's son, Michael, in Tacoma, Washington. And that place was really nice, and he was an exceptional tour guide. I mean, we didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, maybe just the afternoon, but we squeezed a lot of sightseeing and visiting in, and it was tremendously awesome to see him and his family. I wish they lived next door. I wish all my family lived next door. All of our families live next door. But sadly, you know, this is the times that we live in. Families move all around the country these days, you know, mostly for work, a lot of times for reasonably cost prices in homes, things like that, weather. Family doesn't seem to be what keeps families together anymore. It's jobs. So yeah, in the old days when I was growing up, kids didn't stray too far from where they were brought up. They moved maybe the next city over at the furthest, usually down the street. And then it was easy. You always had help when you needed it because family was always close by, and it was a lot easier to settle squabbles and things like that. But that's just not the case anymore. Most families, it seems in my experience, and I don't have any statistical anything to back it up with, but it just seems from my experience in my own life that everybody I know, their kids are just spread out all over the country, and it makes it difficult to visit them all. But nonetheless, this is my video for my trip, our trip, Candy and I's trip to the Pacific Northwest. It was a wonderful trip, a wonderful experience, an awesome badass wedding that I got to be in because I'm the father of the bride, right? Didn't they make a movie about that? Yeah, they did. And I automatically looked the part without having to do anything, not even change clothes. Yeah, Viking father, right? So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you again on the next one. God bless you all. Staples, Minnesota. And this is the local train station.
Oh, there's a train right there.
Yep, big train, double-decker. Passenger train. Ferndale, Minnesota. Wadena. Fergus, Franzi. It's the first of, well, actually the second official rest area Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Still heading toward North Dakota. Lake Park, Minnesota. Howley. We're almost into North Dakota. Glyden, Minnesota. Fargo. Wait, this is Moorhead. Moorhead, Minnesota. Fargo is next. The next city, which is North Dakota. Valley City, North Dakota. Nobody cares, especially me. Diesel here is almost $4.30 a gallon though.
That just went up 433.
Yeah, $4.33 as we speak. Hey, it's $3.94 across the street. But for now, Jamestown, North Dakota. Very exciting. There's nothing here. Some guy in an orange shirt. New Salem, North Dakota. He's got a big cow on a mountain. Big milk cow, black and white cow. Pretty exciting.
Do you really trust? And I said, percent say that they have intel about UFOs. Yeah, who's flying the UFO? Get down to the details of your idea with Detective Crime. The Venom data bank includes thousands of companies who have been targeting ideas.
There's no assertion that Biden told this to Merrick Garland, but somehow this ended up on the pages of the New York Times in April.
It's on the right up here.
There's a Syntex on the left.
And you know, Syntex or Conoco. Which one you want to go to?
Whichever one you want to go to. Mine's good.
Butte, Montana. Put your chains on, take your chains off. Put your chains on again, take your chains off again. No, thank you.
We could go to the information center and ask.
Yeah. We've come to our very, very first standstill, and that is about 100 miles east of Missoula. And I do believe it's road construction, looks like. Working on the highway, laying down the black top. Working on the highway. Working on the highway. We got a motorcycle rider in front of us. Yeah, he's pretty good. It's like on one of them old rice rockets, a Ducante or whatever they call them, and he's riding with no hands right now. Maybe he's talking on the phone or something. Your hand's back on. And he's been doing a few loop-de-loops and stuff. It's entertaining. I guess he's entertaining himself and me. Spokane, Washington.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Call 800-900-8000.
There's a traffic jam on the other side of I-90 here that's headed eastbound. A 10-mile traffic jam.
Yeah, if they want to call it, an impeachment inquiry, that's fine. So they can get the offshore account.
This is East Washington. Pretty much a barren wasteland.
Time to begin impeachment, then
Yeah, a barren wasteland is the east side of Washington State. They're doing all these controlled burns around here because you can see everything is just dry, and so we've been seeing a lot of smoke where I think they're doing like a controlled burn to hopefully, yeah, stop the whole place from going up in flames.
You and me, we will be so disgusted.
Says a stabilizer.
Columbus River. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm in Washington State. Very beautiful, but no place I'd want to live. Costs too much. Too dangerous.
So ugly.
This is downtown Tacoma, I think, right?
That's right.
Tacoma Avenue.
Yeah.
And what is that straight ahead?
That's the port. We're heading toward the Puget Sound. Port
Puget
Tacoma.
Sound.
Yeah.
This looks like San Francisco, kind of, with the.
Yeah. We got
I mean,
some hills.
I've been there before, but I saw Streets of San Francisco old movie, and I see him go up and down hills a lot. So I watched Bullet with Steve McQueen too.
Yeah, we got basically it's a water inlet, comes from the Pacific. We got downtown theaters here. Looks like there's a little farmers market.
Oh, this is a lot cleaner than I thought it would be. Washington State does get a bad rap. Wow. Hi. Hi. You can do that here. No one thinks you're nuts. They think it's typical.
So we're not going to go right into the port, but right over that bridge, it's it raises up for tall ships.
It's called Port of Tacoma, it says there. And this is the downtown area, you said.
That's right. Yeah.
The architecture is a lot nicer than most cities.
It's a mix of old and new. So this is a historic post office, and they've turned that into a high school and office suites and stuff.
Farmers market on Thursday. And that just takes you to another part of the city?
Yeah, there's warehouses and various plants. There's a paper mill and
All the industrial stuff.
yeah, industrial type area.
I noticed you have a big Asian population. That's obvious.
But yeah, we get that good food.
Yeah. I love Asian food.
We're on the same
Everyone's got the skateboard here.
So here's a historic Pantages Theater. I worked there a lot.
Where? What is this?
This with the shining lights there. That's a theater dating back to the late 1800s.
Well, I don't know which one you're talking
I'm sorry.
about.
This light colored building.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the Pantages Theater. Named after a guy who basically went up and down the West Coast building theaters, naming after himself.
Okay.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah.
This is our old city hall, the clock tower here.
Oh, wow.
I can't see it because it's so hot.
Yeah, they're redoing it.
Yeah. There was a cold winter about 6 years ago, and the pipes in the top floor burst and flooded the building for like 2 days before anyone noticed. So, here's some of the waterfront. This is what's called Commencement Bay, Puget Sound.
This is so cool. Oh, wait, look. Guys, look at this railroad track here.
So Tacoma became a major city because they won the rail contract, and it became the rail terminus for the West Coast. And it established itself.
Because of the railway. Now, we saw 10-mile-long trains coming here. They were long forever. Like, they had like 6 engines pulling them.
It's amazing what they can do now.
Yeah.
I mean, they just stack up 3 or 4 engines on them. Over here.
Oh, so cool. Look at that. Yeah, I want one.
You want one? You can have one.
Look at that.
We're so lucky. We caught a boat.
I thought we were going to go down to the waterfront.
This is great because we're downtown.
This is Puget Sound.
Yeah.
Specifically, Commencement Bay.
Commencement Bay. Uh-oh. You can't eat the crab here. You could probably eat it out there, just not here. Wow.
Oh my god, this is kind of scary because I don't have popcorn. Well, somebody left their boat. Somebody grabbed it away. Yeah.
How'd you like to live there on the top floor of that? That'd be about $700,000 a month rent. Looking over the Pacific. Yeah, this building right here, what?
Used to connect to that building over there, and it continued on down. And
To that building?
It was it wasn't actually a mile long, but they had a name like mile long. It was like a grain mill and lumber port, and so it was just this long continuous stretch of dock where people would work.
You talking about that dock, or this was a dock?
Like,
this was a ship dock.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So there would be tall ships in this harbor.
So cool.
This is a paper mill. You can see the sawdust.
I see it.
pile. And there also is, you can, from our point of view, we actually can't see it, but there's a real port where shipping containers can come in. So this is a deep harbor as well. Looks like like somebody cracked an egg.
Yeah, big egg.
It's just
It's
chilling.
mercury.
When that little spot right there looks like a cloud, but it's not. It's a jellyfish.
It's just chilling.
Yeah, it's soaking it in.
That one has long.
I see the little tentacles out, spitting out on it.
I think it's just riding the waves right now. Maybe tide must be going out or in. Oh, you know what tide is going out? Do you see the lightness in the water over there?
Yeah.
That's actually silt from a river, the Puyallup River, that actually is runoff from the mountain, Mount Rainier. So every day the tide, the river reverses actually. Sometimes the river's going this way and sometimes it's coming that way as the tide is going out. And
Really?
it carries with it silt and is depositing silt. That's how long that building
Oh,
was.
okay, that's the building you were talking about. This is an old picture of it.
Yeah.
Gosh, look at that. The
Acrid is like
acrid
acidic.
odor of coal smoke. And I don't smell anything.
Here, this was in 1941.
Oh, 41, okay.
Mingle with the fragrance of newly cut timber.
Newly cut lumber, yeah. That big structure right there?
Yeah, so those are silos.
Okay.
And so big ships will come in, and that's the elevator, grain elevator, basically.
And basically they'll load the ships up with grain, and then they'll ship it off to China in exchange for cheap harbor freight tools.
I can only assume so. And but also on the other side is the rail system. So when it's really happening, you get one of those mile-long trains here, and it's just, you know, every 10 minutes the train moves one car.
Come on, come see.
That big brick down there?
Oh,
Is it a pipe?
You brought me all the way over here to look at a piece of concrete?
I didn't know what it was.
Well, I've just wasted so much time. I could have been on that boat right there. And now I can't because I've missed my ride.
What? It's just like what you're doing.
Minus that poop. Oh yeah, there you go.
Now this is Seattle, Tacoma area, and those are smokestacks?
Steam stacks.
I don't think so. Prove it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is where they make the stuff for the contrails. The chemtrails, I mean.
Yeah. I know.
I've always lived my life like I don't have to understand things.
This is supposedly the pioneer of all of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Norwegian immigrant saying. I knew she came from somewhere. And she's basically a tugboat.
And that's her husband who worked his whole life for 15 cents or something like that.
Always ready barges.
And she created all of these tugboats, the whole empire. This represents sister cities, Mike says. I don't know what the pointy thing is for, because it's kind of pointy. Oh, it's pointed up at the flag.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is the tribal language, Tuatshid. They didn't have a written language, and so the colonizers came and changed our alphabet to represent their words.
Ha! They do that to this day. I'll be darned.
So.
Same latitude as Kitakakyushi. Kitakakyushi, 1959, Japan.
Yeah.
I would get first there.
Oh, really? Some people do.
Yeah.
Now this is what? This is a
This is an old Elks temple. They've turned it into a bar, restaurant, a hotel.
Elks Temple. Wow. Bar, restaurant, hotel. And this is obviously an old train track trolley that we're driving down.
You know
you
what?
can see the wire for they used to hook the electric trains up to,
It's new.
and it would power the train to go. Yeah.
Even better, it's new.
Oh, this is new?
We're going back to that technology.
Really? Old is new again.
Tacoma used to be crisscrossed with trolleys like
I
this.
can see all the. I was at first I was wondering what the heck were. I thought they were like decorations or something, and now I can see that they're for trolleys. So okay. The old days. I love looking at stuff like that. Art.
Yeah, so instead it's art, and then the graffiti artists have to go somewhere else.
Right.
Okay, this is going to be hot.
So
They do that up in a place called Grand Marais in Minnesota. Same thing.
We're coming up on what's called Stadium High School. It was built as a fancy hotel, and it actually burned down, and then they remade it, and now it's a high school. It was featured in the movie 10 Things I Hate About You
Really?
with Heath Ledger. So right here, it kind of looks like, imagine going to school, it looks like
You start
Hogwarts.
driving a bus and
That does look like Hogwarts. You're right.
Which is a fancy word for tree museum. So
This is a tree museum park.
all the trees have a little plaque saying what species it is. This is
That's
city
a dead
block.
species.
This is a city block was donated by some rich dude in the 1800s, and it's named after him.
What's his name
It's
again?
called Wright Park
Wright Park.
with a W.
What's the
And-
name?
how long ago was that?
Almost 11.
Wow. Because I know you guys were together for a while before the rings.
Southern food, fried chicken, and it's the only place in Tacoma that Guy Fieri went on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Really? Look at that.
Right there.
Yeah, that's it. So, pretty good fried food.
Is that electric bus? Sure
I
is.
think it might be natural gas, could be electric.
It says hybrid electric on it.
Nice. And, we're
This is still Tacoma.
yeah.
So it's a pretty large city.
It is. This is the county seat, and I want to say the metro area of Tacoma could be 1 million, but I think it's probably only 500,000 in the city. So,
I will say this, it's a lot nicer than Vegas. That I will say.
oh my God.
I mean, Vegas.
Last time I was there, I couldn't believe
So we're going. This is called Engine House 9, and it used to be a real firehouse, but now it's a restaurant. And that's where we're gonna eat. They got a patio outside, so we can
Cool.
let the dog
Yeah.
sit in the shade with us.
That'd be nice.
All right, let me just try to take a sheet.
sacred vow. The vows you take today signify that your souls are bound eternally, whether or not your bodies are. You make these vows today with the understanding that you are committing to be a partner to one another and to honor the connection your souls now share with one another. Gary, will you share in dreams and work with her to fulfill them?
I will.
Kelly, will you share in Kelly's dreams and to help you navigate the maze of life together as your love grows with us? Gary Bannister.
In the theme, right?
Yeah, I'm sure Sarah told me that.
Go back that way.
Hi, wife.
Hi, husband.
Down there, so I have room to step back to the room together, and then that was behind you as well. Okay. But I'm gonna set you guys up.
You look amazing.
Thank
You look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna say it publicly too. Yes, especially with the light shining down right there, like that.
Those are gonna be some bomb pictures.
Yeah.
I kind of want Kelly. You should see if she can do some of you guys on the stage. See if that beam comes through.
She's so pretty.